Are we doing it, Eddie?
Is it started?
Welcome to Not Today, everybody. Listen, that's the energy we're coming into this episode with, because a lot's happened since we...
It's been a week.
It's been two... Well, look, we've broken the fourth wall here before. Yeah. We can tell people. We do 2 episodes at a time.
Last time we recorded was 2 weeks ago.
Was 2 weeks ago. Yeah. And
different world back
in case you were wondering why there was zero acknowledgement of anything that's happening in the news, that was not us ignoring.
No.
That was not us on Quaaludes, just ignoring what's happening in the world.
I'm sure it was a nice reprieve for some people.
Sure.
To have a whole show that didn't acknowledge what was happening in the moment. Yeah.
Everything's fine.
Everything's good.
People probably watched that video and it was like that meme of the dog sitting in the kitchen that's on fire. Where they're like, are these two not going to acknowledge anything that's happening?
Nothing's
and it's like,
a problem.
No, absolutely not. But look, we realize that a lot's changed. We've changed. Society has changed in the last 2 weeks.
It's been weird. It's been weird.
It's been a weird time. Obviously, because the incident.
Yeah. The event
happened the day after we taped our episodes. Yeah.
Did we?
Yeah, we taped on a Tuesday, and it happened on Wednesday.
It happened on. Yeah, it was a Wednesday.
It was a Wednesday
or Thursday.
It was
a Thursday, right? Yeah, it was Thursday.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Are you guys sure? No, I think you're wrong. I think you're wrong.
It was a Wednesday.
Was it a Wednesday?
It's a Wednesday. You know how I know?
I was getting tacos.
You know how I know, Eddie?
How do you know?
You know how when like something happens, but something else is also happening at the same time, and you're like, I'll never forget this. I'll never forget where I was when I saw the video of
I was at a car wash.
Yeah, you were at a car wash. Yeah. I
think we were texting each other.
I was dressed as Cammy from Street Fighter.
Wow. You're really hitting all the cosplay lately. You're really nailing it all right now.
Dude. You know when something happens and you're like,
yeah,
this is so surreal.
Why am I dressed like this right now?
I don't feel like I'm appropriately dressed to be handling this news.
Why were you dressed like her?
I was literally dressed in a full latex bodysuit with like a pigtail wig. And and I was like, wait, what's happening right now?
Oh, the world is ending.
I don't think I'm dressed for the apocalypse.
The start of the Civil War.
I'm not dressed for the start of the Civil War right now.
Part 2.
I'm dressed to fight Zangief. But I'm not dressed for this.
What? So were you doing a photo shoot?
I was doing a photo shoot. I was doing a photo shoot with Cameron, our mutual friend Cameron. Yeah. And I was just like, wow, I'm really glad that you're here and I have something else to focus on. Because otherwise I would just be trapped in this the rest of the day.
I was trapped in it.
Yeah.
I was sitting in a car wash waiting for my car and I was just trapped in it.
I cannot the car wash and the
No,
internet?
I was outside the car wash because it was one of those where they take your car and they clean it and you sit there and wait for it.
Oh God.
So I was just sitting
and you're like, well, at least I'll have a clean interior to get out of town.
It was insane.
It was wild. But it was just one of those things where I was like, oh, you will always remember where you are when certain things happen. Yeah. And I feel like this might be one of those events for me. Because it was just like, how often do you see it, happen in 4K on the internet?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's the issue with social media. Like, I saw one angle, which was a far angle, and I was like, oh, that's brutal. And then I scrolled again, and then you see the one that was like 10 feet away. You're like, oh my God.
Yeah. And look, we're not going to get into it too much. I just think it's worth a bigger discussion of like Twitter specifically, now X, used to kind of protect us from brutal clips.
Yeah, yeah.
And now, as if you've noticed in the past couple of weeks, the temperature's really picked up.
Yeah.
And it's shown me a couple of things online. It's shown me like, one, nothing moves stuff around the internet faster than hate and vitriol.
Yeah.
Which honestly,
we're addicted to it.
Makes a lot of sense when I look at some of the clips from this show that have gone viral. And I'm like, that's what you took away? Like nothing made people more mad than talking about whether or not they should get an extended warranty.
Dude, we still get comments on the car warranty show. And it's been almost 6 months.
Thanks, Johnny, for
still like I'll every morning I'm like, oh, someone commented on that again.
Yeah. But nothing moves stuff around more than hate. And it's like,
because we're addicted to it, man. We're addicted to it.
Before we used to, and we used to have people in charge of our social media, like in terms of like the companies, they took responsibility for the impact that they were having on us. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? But now it's like the guardrails, the bumpers.
Well, that's what happened.
Been taken off of this.
When Crazy Man took over the account, the platform, he just removed all the guardrails because he knows what will drive engagement.
But that's the thing, is it's so much harder to find anything on that app now too. Like
I'm rarely on that app.
It's a useless app now.
The only reason I went on that app, because I'm never on the app. I haven't posted on that app in a year. But the only reason I went on the app that day is because I knew, because I saw someone.
You're like, oh, they're gonna have all.
I knew exactly where to go to see it.
Yeah.
I didn't go to Instagram. I didn't go to Facebook. I didn't even go to YouTube or I didn't Google it.
You didn't even have to go on Reddit or 4chan.
I didn't have to do any of that. I'd have to go 4chan, 8chan, 12. I didn't have to do any of the chans to find it. I knew if I went there, and for sure, first thing that popped up was the shot. And I'm like, my God.
Yeah, it just goes to show you, like, we are living in some dangerous times. And it's funny because I was listening to a podcast on it this morning before, coming in today. And it was two technology experts talking about how during the 2020 election, like during 2020 in general, with COVID and everything else, like.
And the George Floyd and.
Zuckerberg actually tried to, or the people at Facebook, I should say, at Meta, actually tried to, like, they had like a case of emergency thing where, like, if they felt the temperature of the app getting too hot, like in terms of how people were interacting with each other, they would try to subdue it. Yeah. You know what I mean? They would try to subdue it. They would try to be like, hey.
But then a lot of people got mad because you're suppressing them. I'm like, no, they're trying to take responsibility for their company.
Yeah.
And now that's gone. And it's just, let's make people as angry at each other as possible.
It's not even just angry. You realize in having discourse with people over the past couple weeks that we
live in different worlds.
We are seeing completely different things worlds from each other. Like appointment viewing is gone.
Yeah.
Like in terms of us all getting the same television shows and like talking about
We're getting spoon-fed separate realities into our faces every day.
Crazy. It's so crazy.
Because I've seen people that I guess I'm still friends with. I don't know. I haven't talked to them in years, but social media, we're linked. And some of the stuff I've seen them posting about the individual is, I'm like, have you not seen any of the things?
To counter that, though, I've sent things to people and they've sent me the full clip. And I was like, oh, that was a little edited.
Everything's edited. We're both crazy. Nobody's getting the same stuff.
No one's getting the same stuff. And more importantly, it's just like we're getting so much confirmation bias that it's making us that much more like staunch in our beliefs.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And look, I think you and I are pretty reasonable individuals. And so it's like I've decided over the past couple weeks I'm not going to engage.
I haven't engaged at all
with people online about this.
Nope.
And it has nothing to do with me not having opinions. It has nothing to do with me not having values and beliefs around this stuff. It has more to do with, one, I don't even know if I'm interacting with real people.
Yeah.
And two, I can't be stuck in this all day.
No, and you will get stuck. It's like a mousetrap. I cannot be
stuck in this all day, arguing with people, even people that I know are real followers, people that like come to my shows and I have met in person. I don't want to engage with you, especially like one guy wanted to debate me because I simply posted the comedian's statement about Kimmel.
Yeah.
And he came at me and wrote me like a 3-page dialogue. And I was like, homie, I have to go do a show in under 2 hours. I don't have time to debate you on this. And he goes, you don't get to dictate the terms in which I communicate with you. And I go, yeah, I do.
Yeah,
it's called a boundary.
Yeah. I can shut this down anytime I want.
Like, see, bye.
I had a discussion because I'd posted something after the Kimmel thing happened about free speech or whatever. And then I've gotten the same argument back from people. Oh, what about, that was the company, it was a company decision as a corporate. I'm like, well, no, it wasn't. It was not the same thing as the Gina Carano thing or even the Roseanne Barr thing. Those were instances where those people were violating their terms and their contract. Because usually when you work with Disney, you sign a morality clause.
Yes.
And if you violate that, and she got ample warnings to stop posting this stuff on Twitter, and she kept doing it. So Disney's like, you're in violation of contract, you're in breach of contract.
Yes.
Bye. This was, for what people want to believe or not, the FCC chair on TV said, you can do this the hard way or the easy way. And Disney took that. He
went full Biff Tanner's goons.
Really? He went full fucking Biff Tanner.
We can do this the easy way or the hard way.
And so you knew exactly what that meant. So Disney panicked and pulled it. And they're like, that's the government coercing a company to limit free speech. It wasn't a company decision. And so I got this whole back and forth with this other comic. I don't know who he is. I've never met him. And I kept saying these points and he kept firing back. It was a corporate decision. And you know what? We're not going to agree on this. Have a good day.
Enjoy your time at the fourth wall.
He's like, we're not ever going to see eye to eye on this. Have a good day. And he's like, you too. And we ended it.
So it's just so interesting. Like the whole free speech angle of it. I forget what I was going to say. So honestly, this is just me buying time.
It's okay. I've had cognitive problems lately myself.
No, but I was just thinking, I was like, I teach classes. I don't know if people know this.
Yeah.
I teach college level courses on media and how the media is manipulated.
Mm-hmm.
Like I teach people what actual fake news is.
Yeah.
And how a lot of times media is simply just an arm, an extension. It's a propaganda machine.
Yeah.
For a lot, like in terms of actual news, it is very hard to find actual straight down the line, like here are the facts.
Yeah.
With no spin, with no opinions, with no agenda. It is very hard to find that now.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things that I teach. I'm actually getting ready to go back to Florida and teach some classes on it right now at universities.
Yeah.
Because I think it is so important that all of these kids going through J school right now understand what they're signing up to be.
Yeah.
You know, and that there's a big responsibility that comes with this. And I truly hope that Gen Z and Gen Alpha save us, that they pull us out of this. You know?
I was trying to follow Colton's response and his friend's response when it happened a couple weeks ago, and just trying to see where that generation is, and it's like, again, like I don't know if they're so far removed from, they don't focus on the outside world because they're trapped in their little TikTok videos and whatever happened in school that day, but like it doesn't affect them.
Really?
They were like, Colton, I was like, did you hear what happened? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, well, what? And he's like, he got shot or whatever. I'm like, okay. And then like, that was it. I mean, he was kind of, when the Kimmel thing happened, it kind of like, oh, that's weird. Like that affected them because it was weird. Like now we're pulling people off the air because they're saying things, but it was but like the whole event that day, he was not, and his friends, and I kind of logged into his Instagram so I can see, DMs and stuff. And they were all like group chats. They weren't even talking about it.
Really?
They're unplugged from it.
I kind of love that for them.
It's great for them.
For now.
But us adults, it keeps driving us apart and farther apart and making us angrier and angrier. I mean, I hope Gen Z doesn't just grow into what we're doing. No, I hope they take it their own way.
And that's the thing is I think you and I make a conscious decision about what this show's about.
Yeah.
And what we want to bring people, because I think it's very easy to make hate your brand.
Yeah,
it's not who we are.
Yeah.
It's not who we are. Are we angry people on stage? Yeah. But like, when was the last time you saw a comic go on stage and be like, isn't everything great? Yeah,
that's not what comedy, I mean, comedy is talking about your problems and the world's problems and coming at it from an angle where like, see, we can laugh at this. Let's try to find the humor in it. But we don't get here. We're not just a screaming head talk show.
We aren't.
No.
And I feel like at some point we're going to hit a tipping point with that, where people are going to be looking for something different. And I really hope that they find this show when they look for it.
Yeah, it'd be nice. It'd be really nice.
Speaking of, thank you so much for everybody that's subscribed to our podcast and,
and the Patreon for sure.
Yeah,
thank
and
you.
Our Patreon. You guys are helping us grow this thing. We are so grateful for it. We're going to start also posting on a Facebook, because it turns out I have a really big platform there that I'm not using. Holy crap. But we're just trying to get this thing in front of as many people as possible to prove to people that there's still stuff to love out there, and there's still stuff to
there's still things that make us all, there's things that bind all of us. We all have the same shared experiences, the same, you know, the same human tragedies that we all go through. We all experience the same things in the same ways, and we can all talk about those and have fun with those without finding ways to divide each other and yell at each other.
Truly. And so we hope that that's what this show is for you. So if you were wondering why we didn't say anything last week,
that's why.
That's why.
Because we hadn't recorded it yet.
We didn't know.
We didn't know
that I'd be dressed as Cammy from Street Fighter when it happened. Dude, wearing latex is highly overrated.
I've never worn latex, so I don't know.
I was shooting these pictures, and it doesn't, the thing with latex bodysuits and latex anything is it doesn't stay where you put it. You have to like glue it to yourself if you want it to like stay in a certain position.
To keep the form and everything you want. So they don't have like a tit over here and a tit up here.
They want to escape. Like everything wants to, is not just the top, the bottom too. Everything wants to escape. Do you know what I mean? Eddie, I was just like, I don't know how guys can look at latex and be like, that's sexy.
That's
I want to hook up with a girl like that. And
I'm
going
to spend 18 hours trying to get that off her body.
Buddy, if you tried to do anything to me, it'd be like licking a party city. You know what I mean? It was so much latex and latex powder. And then you have to like slather this stuff on top of the latex to make it shiny. Otherwise it's dull. Like I don't know how girls wear this at Comic-Con.
Do you sweat in it? I'm imagining. Does it breathe? Does latex breathe? Like like a bodysuit of latex?
Not really. But truly, because this was like a bodysuit, it was like a one-piece bathing suit, but like a thong. And the problem, there was just nothing for it to grab onto. So it was a front thong and a back thong. And I was like, Cameron, buddy, you might see parts of me today that Cameron's
seen some shit, I would imagine. I've seen Cameron's photos. Not just yours, but his other photos.
Cameron.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Cameron's been through it.
He got it on the internet and in person. Do you know what I mean?
Cameron's like a gynecologist, but a photographer. It's just like, you think it'd be a great job to get into, and you're like, oh, fuck, I'm seeing things. I don't want to see it from this angle. This isn't the sexy angle.
No, it's not.
No.
True. There are angles where it is unsexy.
Yeah. It's the human body.
Truly.
Can be very gross.
But yeah, so just a Street Fighter from Cammy.
That's hilarious.
I was talking this brought up like a whole thing where, do you remember where you were when like big events happened? Like what big events like stick out in your mind where you're like, oh, this memory is crystallized?
I remember the space shuttle blowing up, Challenger.
So do I, and I was really young.
I was in school.
Wait, which one was it?
Was it Challenger? I think it was.
We've been through two. We've had two explode on us.
I'm talking about the one with the teacher on it.
That was the old one.
The teacher one was Challenger in the late 80s.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or no, it was 85.
Yeah, it's where I was in school and we were watching on TV, and then it happened, and the teacher's like, well, let's just take this out of the classroom. We're like, what happened?
Oh.
So I remember that one very vividly. I remember.
I was so young, but I do remember standing in the window of my grandparents' house in Miramar, like Miami. And we were watching it, and then all of a sudden, just.
So you saw it in the sky?
Yeah.
Okay, so you were there. You saw it happen.
I was close.
I watched it on TV.
Yeah, no, I was close.
Wow.
I saw it in person.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And I was like, but we were young.
Yeah.
And then the other one was that exploded was
it was like 2001.
2003.
Which one was that one? I don't remember that one.
2003.
It was a re-entry.
Yeah.
They die?
Yes.
I don't remember that one. I don't remember that one at all.
I remember that one because I was dressed in
Jesus.
We were at the start of the Gasparilla Parade.
Oh, sure. You're a pirate.
Yes.
You're dressed as a pirate.
Yes.
Okay. So basically, if you know that Jen's dressing up in cosplay, stay home that day. Don't go outside. If Jen's cosplaying, don't go outside.
Yeah. I was like, I was just like Harley Quinn that day. I was just like this. Oh, what were you dressed like that day, Jen? Yeah.
That's I remember 9/11.
I was dressed like a high school student that day.
Yeah, okay.
I was in European history, and I remember they turned the TV on.
You were in high school at 9/11?
Yeah. Does that make... I just love that you just fucking grabbed your brow so hard.
I'm in the same apartment I'm in now when you were in high school.
I was in Kuwait coming home from volleyball practice.
Jesus.
What?
During 9/11.
Kuwait?
Yes.
Were you in high school?
Yep.
God damn it. I was laying in bed. It was 6 a.m. out here or something like that. And when the phone just kept ringing, I'm like, who the fuck is calling me at 6 a.m.? Because I'm laying, Tracy and I are in bed. And I answer the phone, and it's my cousin. And she's like, turn on the TV. I'm like, I don't want to. She's like, turn on the TV. I'm like, fuck. I got to turn it on. I'm like, oh, fuck. And then the rest of the day was just sitting in front of the TV.
The rest of the day was just sitting in front of the TVs. Yeah. I remember that at school. And then we went home, still sitting in front of
Sitting in front of the TV.
Yeah.
And the thing is, I had friends coming out to visit that day.
Ooh.
Well, they were in San Francisco, and they were driving down while it was happening.
Oh, okay.
And so they got here at like 3 in the afternoon that day.
They're like, what I missed?
And we're like, and they were trapped here for like a week because the airports were closed.
Yeah.
You couldn't fly until the following weekend, really, because they shut down all air traffic. And so the next day we went to Universal Studios just to try to get out of.
That was open?
Universal Studios was the day after.
That's wild.
Yeah.
I'm shocked. Like anything that involved gatherings of crowds.
It was I
open.
think we were still as a country in shock, and they didn't know.
Was Disney open that next day?
Disney only closed, I think, the day of.
Okay.
And then they opened back up the next day. Because I remember them talking about that during COVID. Like, we don't ever close except on 9/11. That's the only day we ever closed. But yeah, Universal was open the next day, and we went to just to get away from the TV. Otherwise, you're sitting there staring. And if we had smartphones back then, we would have just been scrolling on our smartphone.
Yeah.
So at least back then, at least the TV was stuck to the house. It was wired to the house, so you could leave the house and be free of it. Now we take it with us, and so you're just constantly tethered to it.
Have you ever looked up in public and seen people like walking around holding their phones and been like, this looks insane?
Yeah.
If you were to drop me off in 2025, like,
yeah,
as a time traveler,
like
I'd be like,
80s.
why is everybody walking around with these boxes?
What am I looking at?
Yeah,
it's insane, man.
Yeah.
And I do it too.
Crazy.
Like I've gotten more and more aware of it in the last 6 to 8 months of me just like, what am I doing on my phone? And it'd be hours it gets drained from my life. And I'm just like, I fucking gotta stop.
Yeah.
I think it's having a negative adverse effect on my cognitive.
Oh, it absolutely
thoughts.
does. One thing I've noticed is the more time I spend on social media, the less time or the less interest I have in watching long form television. And it's because like there's a couple of different reasons I think this is happening. One, it's because the people that I used to watch these television shows with, I am no longer around.
You've associated bad things.
Well,
with
it's more
TV
just
show.
like, no, it's not that I associated bad things. It's like, well, now I got to get somebody else caught up to it, or they've got to also be watching it. I need like a sponsor, but like to watch these television shows with me, or like like
an AA sponsor,
or like an emotional support person that I can watch these television shows.
Maybe that's a new career
with.
path we could figure out.
Does anybody else want to watch the last season of? Can anybody watch the last season of Hacks with me? I'm behind on Hacks. I'm behind on Peacemaker. I'm just behind on so much stuff, and it's not that I don't want to watch it.
It's a lot to catch
but it's just that there's
you gotta pick and choose.
Much out there that I'm just like, I don't know.
Can't watch it all.
I don't know, man. What am I supposed to be watching right now? How do people watch all this shit?
I don't know. I hardly watch anything.
Yeah.
Because I've got to the point where like I just can't, so I just stop. Yeah. I watch Peacemaker and Murders in the Building. Like the only two things I'm watching.
Murders in the Building?
Yeah. Well, I love Steve Martin and Martin Short.
Oh, that's fair. I've just never heard you talk about it. I've never been like, oh, Murders in the Building.
Well, there's no superheroes involved, so it's not interesting to talk about out loud.
You're like, this is just good old-fashioned
It's just for me. I just like seeing those guys work because I'm like, oh, I can still work. I still have a chance.
Did you see the clip of them roasting the shit out of Jimmy Fallon?
No, I missed that.
Oh, my God.
Because I don't watch anything.
Oh, my God. They were basically just like, you cuck. It was so funny. Them roasting the hell out of Jimmy Fallon. And, God, who was with them? It's the girl that's on the show. Selena Gomez was sitting with them. And she was just like, wow, Like Selena Gomez was like, I'm just here trying to promote my show.
Well, can you imagine being her stuck with Martin Short and Steve Martin, like two comedic geniuses?
Yeah.
And you're just like,
she's like, there's nothing I'm going to add to this conversation.
I can't jump into this fucking jump rope line. I can't jump into this thing. This double dutch. I can't go into this.
But it's a very funny clip if you haven't seen it. I highly encourage it.
I gotta watch it.
You sent me this thing where you, in the past 2 weeks, completely going off subject now, which is honestly, we need to. And it was this thing where you're like, Tracy and I trust each other, but I'm not sure if we can check more than 2 of these off this list.
I was reading this article about the 10 things that couples that trust each other sort of, I guess, issues that they confront with each other to have an open, trusting relationship. And like, as far as Tracy and I go, we have a pretty trusting relationship.
Very.
But I was looking at the list of things. I'm like, I don't think I could check off maybe 3 of those things.
I've checked off every single one of these.
With people you're in a relationship with?
Yeah. With watch duty.
With watch duty? Oh.
Yeah. I've checked off every single one of these with the exception of parenting, just because obviously
there's no reference point.
Yeah, there's no kids involved. Yeah. But like we still have like certain beliefs and stuff like that. But it's interesting. So like, in case you guys are wondering, these are the things that couples that truly trust each other are willing to lean into difficult conversations. And here are the things that they talk about, even if it's uncomfortable.
Yeah.
All right. Money.
Right. Not good talking about money.
No.
No. Tracy gets mad at me too about it. She's
Why?
like, we have to talk about it. I'm like, because it gives me anxiety talking about money.
Just because something gives you anxiety doesn't mean you avoid it.
Yes, it does.
No,
it's the best way to avoid it.
No,
it's the best way to get rid of the anxiety is to avoid it.
You have to talk about these things.
I can't.
You know,
I can't do it.
Money is interesting because I feel like I messed up in my previous marriage because I didn't have the money discussions soon enough.
Right.
And they very much came from a perspective of like, if you talked about money, you were seen as a gold digger. And that was kind of like the approach that they talked to me about it from.
Right.
It's like, all you care about is money.
All you care about is the money.
And it's like, no, I care about us staying in the place we live.
I care us not being, unhoused.
I care about us not being destitute. You know, I care about us having a 401k. I care about us like, planning.
Tracy's good with the money. She's great with the money. And we have no debt. Like we live debt free. We pay off everything every month. We have no debt. It's just we don't make a ton of money. So it's always the thing of like, okay, how do we survive off this paycheck we just got and make this last? Like, how do we use our money smartly going forward? Because we don't know, both of us have independent contractor type jobs where we don't know where the next paycheck's coming from.
But you have savings.
We have savings, yes. But we're also trying to save for a house, save for college, for Colton, save for all these different things. And, stuff it away for a rainy day. And like, we have enough money now. Like, if we didn't work, we could survive for a couple of years just if we managed it properly. But at the same time, you don't want to live that way because you want to, at some point, you want to own a home. You want to be able to get through college. You want to do these things. So we have these conversations and she's great at it. And I just panic because like, I don't know when the next check's coming. I just want to bury my head in the sand.
That's one thing I think that Watch Duty and I disagree on. And he's like, I don't really care if I own a home. And I'm like, no, you want to own a home, buddy.
Yeah.
I'm like, having done it, I understand the value of it.
Renting's great. I have no issues with renting because you just make a phone call, something gets picked up,
they
something
both
cleaned up.
They
have their pros and their cons, sure. But there's value in owning a home.
Having sold a home.
Yeah.
I can say that it was a very easy way to make a large chunk of money.
Especially the time you guys bought and sold.
Exactly. When we bought and when we sold, we made a crazy amount of money.
Yeah. That's still to this day, you guys are clients of Tracy's. That's the biggest turnaround she's ever had on a property.
But for example, the other party that was involved in that property with me, the whole time was like, you're the one that wanted us to be in this house. This is so expensive. Like always was just riding my butt on the financials of it and saying that like, because I would be like, hey, buddy, you need to contribute. And this was your choice. And it's like, he wasn't complaining when he got that big ass check that he gets to take his new girlfriend all around the world on. Yeah. You're welcome.
It's the best thing you can do with your money.
Truly. It's an It's like you have to treat property as like a bank account you live in.
Yeah. Your house is your money. You're living in your money.
But I talk about money.
I don't.
I talk about property, all of that stuff. And just like
I hate it so much.
one previous partner that I had would talk to me about money, and I think we got into a little argument because like his friend wanted him to invest in his company.
No, that's weird. No.
And I was like,
I won't do that.
Can I see, because he was asking me what I thought about it.
Yeah.
And I was like, can I see their financials and like show me like the pitch, etc. And I looked at it and all, and I was like, this is a bad investment.
Yeah, don't do that.
And he got so offended. And I was like, you're going to invest money in a...
You just asked me my opinion. I'm giving it to you.
Dude, it was a t-shirt company.
Oh, let's not do that.
It was a t-shirt
You
company.
can do that at home.
Yeah.
You can make t-shirts at home.
Fucking get it. Get a Cricut. Do you guys know what a Cricut is, Eddie?
No.
It's like a fucking screen printer.
Oh, yeah. Fuck
You can make whatever you want with a Cricut.
Yeah, just fucking get a Cricut.
Yeah, make a Cricut. You could start a t-shirt company at your house.
Look,
Eddie.
I love a good graphic tee, but I would not start a t-shirt company.
I'm gonna get you a Cricut.
Please.
You're gonna be our merch shop.
Oh, dude, give me a Cricut. I'll fucking make so many Not Today t-shirts.
I thought it was, it's Not Today t-shirts.
Oh, no idea.
Let's see. Another one is sex. Do you talk about sex?
We don't, but neither one of us are like closed off about, like, we don't have conversations about sex. We have a sex life, and that's, we communicate what we like and what we don't like. Stuff like that. It's a healthy sex life. It's just not as much sex anymore because we're old. So. Listen,
it might be part of the which I'm not allowed to say anymore because apparently my mom took Tylenol when she was pregnant.
Be careful.
With me. But anyways, it might be that.
Yeah.
But I've always been open about it. I've always been open about like having discussions around it.
You should be, especially with your partner. Why would you be?
But I've had partners previously that are like, talking about it makes it so clinical, and I just this was my favorite. I just want you to seduce me more. And I was like, what about you makes you think that you deserve this grand production?
Honestly, sometimes being clinical about it is kind of a turn on.
Yeah. Yes.
Like, this is where you like it. This is what you want.
Yeah.
That's great. Thanks for the instructions.
Exactly.
Because I don't know.
Thanks. You just saved me a lot of time searching for it.
You saved me a lot of hand cramps.
Now I have more energy to play Guitar Hero.
Exactly.
But yeah, I think people who don't want to talk about it, I'm like, you're in, like,
I've never gotten that. Like,
eventually it's going to be a fight.
Yeah.
Eventually it's going to be a fight.
That's the one thing you should be. You
have not communicated what you want and what you need. Yeah. Especially, I feel like it gets really testy if dudes need help.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If they need help in that department.
Well, their pride's hurt.
And they're not willing to admit it.
Yeah.
Where it's just like, bro, we can sit here and we can keep banging our head against the wall, figuratively and literally, or you can just take a pill.
Take a pill if you have to.
Yeah. Oh man, those were conversations.
I don't have any pride. Like, give me a fucking pill.
It makes my job easier. Like, I don't need a pill.
I've never had to take one.
Would you take one just for shits and giggles?
I'd be interested to see what it would be like. Oh, holy shit. There's an extra size. I didn't know I went to this size.
It goes to 11.
Please go to 11.
Parenting. Do you guys, you guys have to talk about parenting stuff because you've done such a great job.
We're pretty simpatico when it comes to parenting. We both had pretty stable childhoods with their families. So I don't think we had a lot of baggage. I have some baggage knowing what a healthy relationship is like. My parents are married, but it was never like, that's me being open with my own wife, not with my child. We knew how to raise our kid pretty right off the bat. We were just, we didn't know what we were doing, but we did what felt right.
Yeah.
And we never had arguments
never
about
bad cop, good cop Colton, right?
No, we've always been as honest and open with Colton as possible.
Yeah.
Tell him his truth. Outside of Santa Claus, the truth always came out.
Yeah.
Because that was the easiest thing to do, and it made him the best person he could possibly be.
That is true. He's pretty great.
So,
Colton, you're listening. I know.
He does.
We appreciate your support.
Sorry about that sex talk. That's probably uncomfortable for you. You probably
painful. Number 4 is painful past experiences.
I don't, again, and I'm sure other people have had way more difficult lives than I've had or Tracy's had. So we've never had that, anything where we've had to like, we've buried or repressed that we had to come out. Like we've never been abused. We've never been, none of that sort of thing. So we didn't have that. So.
And like, let's see, one more, and then we'll do the rest on the Patreon episode. I think, just because we're running on time. I didn't realize that. Speaking of, number 5 is time. And it says time is a finite resource. Couples in healthy relationships talk about how they want to spend it, both when together and apart. That includes expectations for quality time, travel, work schedules, alone time. I think this is like a big one. And I think if you don't talk about how you guys like to spend your time in terms of like, or like what the expectation is of how much time you need together versus apart, like this is a place where people fuck up.
Especially for busy couples.
Yes.
Like you and Watch Duty are busy couples.
So busy.
So you have to almost schedule, like we can meet this time or we can be together. You have to almost schedule your time out, right? Like in a way.
And honestly, like I've had some issues around this part lately.
I would imagine.
And we can get into that either on the next episode or in the Patreon. But it's, I've had some issues around this lately. And I have found that like the best way through it is to just say it. I think like the days of me pussyfooting around my needs and pretending that I don't need things is what has landed me in unfulfilling relationships where then I just have a lot of resentment. Yeah. But also, you can't expect you guys to read our minds.
No, you can't. And some people
and vice
still
versa.
do.
And vice versa.
No, you shouldn't have. No, the misconception is if you've been together for like as long as Trace and I have been together, that you have this sort of like inner monologue you have with each other. You can communicate without communicating. And that's not true. It's not a true thing.
No.
She thinks it is sometimes. She's like, how are you not reading my mind? I'm like, because I can't read mine.
Because I'm not a psychic.
But I think when people are together for a long time, sometimes one partner thinks that like, oh, we have this. And I'm like, no, just spell it out.
Yeah.
Because I'm dumb.
Spell it out.
I'm getting dumber.
And we're going to pick some of this up in the Patreon. And for some other dumb stuff, I'm sure we'll come up with. But until then, speaking of dumb stuff, Eddie, it's time.
Oh, is it time?
It is time. I just want to let everybody know we have viewers that are paying attention to the score. And apparently I'm still in the lead.
I don't know how that's possible.
They're keeping score at home.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
Right. It depends. Are you counting me or are you counting Alex?
I don't know.
Other studio doesn't count.
Mark and Alex are two separate people that deserve two separate scores.
Well, then they're never going to beat me unless it's a handicap match.
I've lost you like once.
All right, we're playing Florida Man Friday. I read Jen Sturger's 3 Florida Man headlines, 2 real, 1 fake. She tells me what is the fake Florida Man headline, and Mark is playing along.
Okay, let's do it.
Florida man arrested for attacking girlfriend with bowl of spaghetti. Florida man arrested for burning down tree told police the tree started it. Florida man arrested after calling 911 to demand ride to Hooters. 3 of those happened. One of those did not happen. 2 of them did.
Wait, repeat that third one again.
Florida man arrested after calling 911 to demand ride to Hooters.
I feel
2 real, 1 fake.
I feel like that happened.
Which one did not happen?
I think the second one.
Florida man arrested for burning down tree, told police the tree started it.
Yes.
Did not happen.
I'm going with 1.
You're going with 1? Florida man arrested for attacking girlfriend with bowl of spaghetti. Your winner, Miss Florida herself, Jen Sturger.
Yeah.
Florida man arrested for burning down tree, told police tree started it. Did not happen.
Thank you. What were you saying again, Mark, about being about winning? What was that?
All right.
It's fine. It's a title you don't want. You don't want the Florida title.
To be fair, I did just re-up my Florida-ness. So
that's true. You did recharge your Florida batteries.
And I'm going back soon again. Thank you. I'm going back soon again for like I said, teaching those classes and something else.
Okay.
Talk more about that next time. But Eddie, where can people find you?
You can touch me at Eddie Pence. I'm getting dumber.
Same thing every time.
My cognitive abilities are declining.
Yes.
And I need to go to a doctor. At Eddie Pence on all the socials or eddiepence.com. Remember, if you listen to the podcast, 5-star rating, positive text review helps us out a lot. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. We're going to start posting the episodes on Jen's Jen's Facebook page. And if you can, subscribe to our Patreon. Give whatever you can give. We appreciate it.
If you can't subscribe to our Patreon, go ahead and send this episode to 2 friends. That's a good way. It's a good way for you to help. It's like, how can you help? How can you help the show build? Pick a lane.
Yeah.
Any of them.
Please.
Any and all work.
Help out.
We are so grateful for everybody that's subscribed to our podcast and to the Patreon. Just the way you guys have rallied behind this podcast just shows me that there is a market for this and that you guys find as much joy in it as we do making it. So from the bottom of our hearts, thank you. And we'll see you on another episode of Not Today.